We're just coming from the manual machine, and we're going to go to an automatic machine. And this particular automatic machine is the keel. And we cut a bit key on the other end of it, and we're going to use the opposite end to cut a cylinder key by automatic. And we've got the on-off switch here. We've got our engaging lever right here. We push this one, we've got a key set up in it. And unlike the other key machine, it had a wire wheel on the end of it. This has just got two offset small cutters that will take all the burrs off the key after we cut it. You've got your copy dog here, and then you've got your two clamps. The bottom one for the key you're copying, and the top one for the key you're cutting. Then on the end here, you've got your indicator to line your keys up when you put them in the clamps. Now we're going to put a couple keys in this. We're going to show you how easy the automatic machines are to use. You want to make sure that when you put your keys in, that they are flat against your clamp here, and they go up against your dog. Make sure that it's real tight against the shoulder. Make sure the key is flat in your clamps, then tighten your clamp down good. Put your correct key blank, which is a Schlage SC1. We know that by the bow diameter, that it's a Schlage blank. And by looking at the number on the key, we know it's an SC1. We'll disengage the holding tool for the keys. And all we have to do now is put our safety glasses on, turn the machine on, and activate the lever. Sit back and watch it make money. It'll make two cuts. It'll go down one way and then it'll cut coming back the other way. And just make sure the key is cut really accurate. It'll trip when it gets to the position there. Shut the machine off. Make sure it quits running before you pull the key out. We'll take the top key out only. Now let's take a look at our key. You'll notice that there's several burrs on here. This is why we want to run it through the deburring on the machine to take these off before we give it back to the customer. What we'll do is just run the key through this a couple times. And as you can see, it took most of the burrs off. A little wire brush or a wire wheel work a lot better than that. But you got to figure this machine was built back in 1938. Now if this key was cut properly, it should open this padlock, which it does. Another happy customer. Now we're going to cut a Ford key, which is a little bit harder to cut because it's a dual-sided key. What we have to do is, because this key doesn't have anywhere to indicate off of when you clamp it in, you have to use this small piece. And what that does is it gives us a flat edge in the bottom of the key so we can clamp it in. It also indicates off the front of the key so we get an accurate reading on the cutter. And we're going to put the key that we're duplicating in the bottom one again. Slide it in. Hold it so that it's level, straight with the bottom clamp. Tighten our clamp down good. You need to make absolutely sure when you put this key in that everything is straight and level, and there again, it takes practice. Sometimes when I put them in, I'm not paying attention and I won't get the key straight and level. I cut the key and it's not correct. So you want to make real sure that when you get it in there, straight flush before you clamp her down good. Both of them clamp down good. Release our holder. Turn the machine on. Engage it. And we're going to cut this key has to be cut on both sides, so we're going to have to take the top key out, turn it over, and put it on the other side, and recut it. Turn the machine off. Make sure it stops running before you put your fingers in there. They only give us 4 on the hand. We want to keep them that way. Safety. Turn the key over. Run it back in again, and there again, make sure. Sometimes it helps to take a wire brush and run through on the clamps because they'll get built up with shavings off the key machine. And they'll get behind the clamp lock or the key. Won't let the key go all the way in. Then the key's not accurately cut. Clamped in nice and tight. Fingers out of the way. Key machine on. Engage it. Like I say, this machine's built in 1938. It's a Keel number 3. It sure cut a lot of keys. As long as we keep up on the adjustments and check it for accuracy every now and then, it'll keep cutting like this for another 30 or 40 years. It's paid for itself. We knew it cost $250. Make sure the machine's all the way off. Take it out. There again, there's not as many burrs on this key as the other ones, but there is some right here. And if we run it through the deburring device on the Keel machine, remember you have to do both sides of the key. The neat thing about double-sided keys is you get to charge the customer twice as much because you're making 2 cuts. Normally these are, like I say, double the fee for cutting them. Same on both sides. Practice, practice, practice. I can't stress this enough. When there's not anybody around, try duplicating your neighbor's keys or the keys you got in your pocket. Make extras. Go home, check, make sure that they work properly. You can't do them enough to where the customer comes in and you're not stumbling around. You want to cut them right the first time. You don't want a guy coming back with a key that doesn't work. There we've cut a key successfully on our automatic old Keel machine. Remember, it was made in 1938, still working fine. All the machines you're going to run into, especially the automatic ones, are going to be a little different. So either read the manual thoroughly or have the person that owns the machine show you how to use it properly. That's the whole key.